7 hours later. Okay, we found a way to win the game, and just really happy about that. Certainly, happy for our guys to get off the mat and get back in the fight, and did a good job in unusual circumstances tonight. So to stay focused, it was good to see. Just really pleased. I think we showed some progress in certain areas. Happy about that. Obviously, good to get Nico back and Keegan back, and then Brody was able to get involved a little bit too at the receiver position. So, gave us a few more guys to throw to. I think all in all, the team effort was good. And again, you go 60 minutes, broken down over 7 hours, not easy to do. Defensively, you guys all saw the game. Those guys really played a good game. They were aggressive and very, tough to run against, and they made the passing yardage tough as well. And thought, especially in the first half, it was a little disjointed once we got back in the second half. But in the first half, I thought we had a little rhythm offensively. The run game wasn't perfect, but did some better things, so that was encouraging. Happy about that. And then kicking game overall was really good, and Drew Stevens did a nice job. Good to see him get a field goal. Torrey once again was really good, and the coverage was good too on those plus 50 punts. So happy about that. On a sad note, just to share with you, LaShawn obviously was not here today with us and hasn't been since last Saturday. His dad passed away, so today was actually the service. So our thoughts are certainly with his entire family and LaShawn, and we'll look forward to getting him back hopefully next couple of days here. So that's tough, but just pushing forward. Alter our schedule a little bit today and figure out how to manage that a little bit, but. Our focus will be on improvement. Just happy again, very happy for our players, really happy for the team. Again, to win the game tonight was really important to us, and there's still plenty of things that we can clean up, and we'll go back to work on that tomorrow. I'll throw it out for questions.
How'd you keep your team focused during all those breaks?
Yeah, I don't know if we did. I dawned on me, now I know what a baseball clubhouse feels like maybe. They play 160 games in the major leagues, and they are familiar with rain delays. We really aren't in our sport, so. It was interesting. Somebody brought cards. I'm sure they had them in the hotel from last night. So a couple of card games were going on. Guys were doing all kinds of things. It was kind of interesting, but I did have that thought. I'd say, boy, if I ever shift over to baseball, I can get used to it. Kind of unusual in a football locker room, that's for sure.
What were the conversations like of, okay, do we keep on delaying? Do we cancel? I'm sure you'd rather not take a no contest than a 17-0 game.
Yeah, I don't think anybody wanted that, but there really wasn't a lot of conversation, and pretty much it's just dictated by the weather and the mechanics of the layout. And so it's a flat 30-minute delay. The one where we were out there and right back, that's the only one that was a little tough. But it is what it is, and you deal with it. And at least we got some practice back in 19 in that regard. Didn't have to make a 2-hour bus ride afterwards, so that's good.
Coach, I was very impressed with your field goal kicker tonight, Stevens.
Yeah.
When did you decide to go with him this week? Is there a time? But I was really impressed with him.
Yeah, LeVar let him know yesterday morning, actually, and that only because we weren't sure. The guys have been going back and forth, and I've been saying all along we're probably going to ride the roller coaster a little bit. But pleased with both guys. And Aaron, you haven't seen the last of him, too. He's done a good job. So I think we have two good kickers right now. Just hopefully they can get comfortable.
Kirk, you were able to kind of use your full offense, your full arsenal with having wide receivers out there. You could go for 11 personnel. You could do different things. How satisfying was it as an offense just to be able to throw everything out there that you normally do?
Yeah, it felt a little bit more like the kind of football you want to play. And Spencer, I thought, made some beautiful throws tonight and some real near misses. Hopefully, in time, those will be completions. And whether it was throw a little off or maybe the receiver a little bit off, that type of deal. But it was just encouraging because it looked like maybe we were going to go somewhere there with it. And if we can combine that with a good run game, hopefully we can be, able to do the things we want to do. But it was encouraging. It's just good to always good to get guys back that you think are going to be in the mix for you.
It looked kind of like the receivers, made some good plays. They also looked very rusty at times, just the way they were running. And was it just a matter of you're going to have to ride that wave and they're just going to have to work their way out of it?
Yeah, the three guys I mentioned, Keegan really hasn't played since last December. Nico, let me hold off on Nico, and Brody really hasn't played a little bit last December, and then the last 3 weeks. So it was good to get him on the field, and he'll get better. He'll just keep improving. And probably the biggest gain for us was Nico because he is a veteran. He's got a veteran presence in a very young room. And then, he's a pretty good player. He's nifty and, he knows how to play. He really does. So that was good. And I want to compliment Arlen, too. I thought Arlen had a heck of a game, not only on offense but special teams. So he's really playing hard. And we knew that. But, we need more help there. And it was good to see.
You shut down Keegan after coming out after one of the rain delays. Was that just precautionary kind of thing?
No, well, he just didn't feel like he could get loose, and such unusual circumstances. Usually, you go out once, play, and whatever it is, 15 minutes, 20 minutes for us, right? And it's always funny. They always talk about shortening these games. I don't know why they don't shorten halftime, but that's a whole different chapter. So I think just the disruption probably affected him today.
For Caleb Johnson, breakout game. I think Spencer said the first day of practice in Shells, he was trying to run through people. I mean, I guess how would you describe the kind of journey for Caleb when he had 2 big breakout runs today?
Yeah, like what Spencer described was a guy who just got here out of high school, first couple of practices, but he's got a real, good attitude. He's got a little energy to him. It's fun, and naive's not the right word, but you know what I mean. It's all new to him, so it's kind of fresh. But he's been fun to work with, and he's done things. He's been in the other games, but hasn't really looked great. It was good to see him run with confidence tonight, and he got a little bit of daylight and knew what to do with that. That's for sure. And coincidentally, there's a run he made in camp that was very similar to a couple that he made tonight, and that was good to see that transfer over to a game field. Hopefully, that'll be good for his confidence, and it's going to help us. The more the merrier from that standpoint.
How important was it to get the shutout? I mean, the defense has played well all year, but just to push through 7 hours.
Yeah, and for us especially, we never seem to get shutouts. If we start putting the reserves in, the ball seems to go down the field really fast. But it was good to see the backup guys play well for a change. But it's not fair to these guys. But it's been a tradition here. Our backups go in there. So that was good. But, yeah, it's really gratifying. Anytime you get a shutout, that's great. And I think, it's kind of representative of the kind of work the guys have been doing. And they were aggressive tonight. They really played well, did a lot of good things. And, they can always feel good about that.
Kirk, you talked about getting your full offense back really for the first time all season. How much of a priority was it to really let Spencer's arm loose? I mean, I can't remember you guys trying deep ball after deep ball like you did tonight.
Well, we just thought we had a little better opportunity for it now, and that's hopefully going to help us with the rest of the passing game too. You're not going to throw deep balls 80% of the time, but you got to throw them, or otherwise they're going to be right in your back pocket the whole time. So I think that was good to see some balls going down the field, and Spencer did a nice job delivering. Our protection still can get better, and some negative yardage runs were a little displeasing, especially in that second half or the last couple of times out there. Just kind of put a damper on things.
After going through something like this collectively as a team, what does it do for a team's confidence? I mean, knowing you fought through something to accomplish it.
Yeah, it remains to be seen, but I think they can feel good about what they did tonight. And the most important thing, anytime you lose or have a tough outing, you got to get back on your feet and go back to work. And the guys did that starting Monday. They've had a good attitude, and been saying that about this team since January. But you're always wondering, what's going to happen, where are we going, where are we heading. But the guys have pushed forward. They practiced well. I think we did make improvement this week, and couple things I'm excited about. I think we have some strengths on our football team, and I know we can get a lot better in some other areas. And it's how fast can we do it? But to get a reward is it's important. It really is important, and hopefully we can build on this a little bit. And haven't seen much of our next opponent, but I'm sure it's going to be another challenge for us.
You've never struck me as a night owl. When's the last time you were awake at 2:30 on a Sunday morning?
I was going to say, what do they call it? Prom duty? What's it called when you're the chaperones, the junior. Remember doing that one, and we went and had breakfast afterwards. I'm thinking, when's the last time I was having breakfast without sleeping? So it's been a while. Yeah, you're right about that. Probably, don't worry about it. Yeah, I think I got one for you, but I'll get you afterwards. Ended up in the Waffle House. How's that? In Atlanta.
Was it an Outback Bowl?
In Atlanta. No. I wasn't playing that. They were participating. I was a spectator. Yeah.
With Shannon, what happened there, and is he going to be able?
He's had a nagging injury, so he tried today and just didn't feel like he was real effective. So hopefully we'll have him full speed next week.
You've seen probably in your however many years of coaching a little bit of everything.
Yeah.
Was this, with these circumstances, a new one for you?
2 years ago over at Iowa State, similar, but not the same. But, I mean, now you're talking 6:40 kickoff and then whatever time it is right now, pushing on 2, I guess, right? So, yeah, it's unusual for sure. And there's no way to prepare for it, so I just tried to encourage our guys, when whatever they're doing in the locker room, to the discussion earlier, as we looked like the clock was getting down to where we're getting ready to go out there, then just, let's try to refocus and see if we can't focus better on our opponents.
Seems like Tyler Ellsbury got some extended run at guard today. Has he just been kind of like surging in practice, and what did you see from him in the snaps that he got?
Yeah, we actually rotated about 3 guys at that right guard spot, pretty much stable there everywhere else, and then Tyler came in and played a little center at the end too. So, he's doing a good job. We're just kind of letting the guys compete, and we'll see who can grab onto the job.
At what point would you like to have a surefire, okay, here's our starting 5 each week on the line?
Like, 3 weeks ago, but it just hasn't worked that way. So, you play it out and want to let the guys compete and see. And we're talking about some guys that really haven't played very much either. So, you just got to see them in game action. And sometimes it's painful, but, those mistakes will get cleaned up and they'll get better, and we'll try to figure out. And practice is a big evaluation time for us too. So it's obviously pretty close right now, or we won't be doing that.
All right.
Okay.